thing, honestly. It got broke while I was on vacation, and yeah, getting a little bit red, so I don't know if they're gonna make. We'll get him a little trim. That one's spitting off flowers. Looks like a spider tried to build a web in the middle there, and then it started, or it was dying off before, so I don't know what's happening with that guy. This guy's looking a little bit sick too, so we'll go with that. I got one healthy one over there, healthy one over there, healthy one there. Up again, he's throwing traps off left and right, so they're going to start getting into the mature phase where they're just going to start throwing traps off everywhere. I've got an empty pot here that's going to take this, and there's a sundew in the next bed over there that's going to live in here, so I got to get him in there and ready to go. My Alice's sundews are doing good, and I think that's the one that's over there is an Alice's, so they're doing good. They're spitting flowers off left and right. Look at those. They're not blooming open, but yeah, we've got little flowers in here. There they are. In the viewfinder, not around the viewfinder. So they are going to start reproducing, and I got to start watching the plants too, because look, I got some. Oh, maybe there is another new one over there. I don't know, but I know I got another new one here, so I do want to get these guys separated out into new plants so they're ready to go. Come over here to the next bed where I've got a weed. I don't know why, but my butterworts went into dormancy on the opposite end of the year where they were supposed to go into dormancy, but yeah, that's what they look like, dormant. So they don't catch anymore. They don't catch any bugs right now. They're just dormant. They're sitting there for whatever reason I cannot figure out to save my life. I don't know if because they sat empty while I was on vacation. If that's the reason that they're dormant right now, I have no idea. But yes, they're all dormant at this point. This guy's dying, but it looks like I've got good traps coming up out of it, so I may have to separate a different plant, but I'm going to see if it'll still grow. This one's got good growth coming off of it still, so we'll haircut off some of the bad ones. There's dead again, but other than that, bottom, I don't know if you can see it there or not, but he's splitting plants off the bottom on either side, so that'll become 3 new ones. So if you're looking to adopt a butterwort, let me know, because I'll be ready to let some go. You come over here, another dead plant with new growth coming off of it. This one here is a butterwort that has an Alice's sundew growing next to it, so that's the one that's going to go in that empty pot over there. So we'll get that guy scooped out and growing here. But my Venus flytraps are having a hard run this year. My God. Look over here. I've got another Venus flytrap that's got a lot of spider web on it. A lot of dead stuff in here with a lot of live growth coming out of it. So they're spitting a new plant up off the bottom. Some weeds growing in there. Bye-bye. Another dormant butterwort. This one's got new growth in there. Like, the main plant died, I can see that. But because it had dormancy leaves, I stuck it cone first up into the dirt, so that'll spit up a new plant here somewhere soon. That's how I actually got most of mine, is just by doing that when the dormancy leaves started to come off. You can pluck the dormancy leaves and just plant them in some medium, and they'll start spitting off new plants. That's how I got the majority of the ones I have. I'm going to still see if I can get this guy to grow here. I moved him out to where he gets the most sun throughout the time, so we'll see what happens there. Mostly dying here, so we'll see if this one will spit off some new growth. This is one of them that had the flower that died, so we'll see what happens there. This one's got some new growth coming up out of there. Had to cut the flower, but the rest of it's starting to grow out, so we'll get some new growth out of that guy. That's mostly dead. We'll see what happens with him. Mostly dead, but spitting up how well he's doing. This one here, I don't know if it's going to make it. One from last year, so that one's a baby. This one's spitting off new leaves. This one's flowering. You can see his giant flower stalk up there. Even though it laid down, it's still flowering, so we'll see if we can get some seeds off of that one and get some new growth out of there. This guy is mostly dead, but we'll see if we can get him to grow. I need to haircut most of these because that's gonna at least invigorate them to grow, to take some of the energy away from the ones that they're supporting that aren't enough new leaves. And this one is currently trying. He's got a couple good leaves. He's got no new growth on him, but he's trying. I know I'm gonna have to start planting some of the sundews, so I'll have to go send some stuff down to some friends. Remember, it's $5 for a sundew, $7 for a Venus flytrap, and I'm going to go $8 on the butterworts. But I do want to move some of those as well. So we'll see what happens there. We look over at the onions right now. I trimmed them all before I went to my mom's, and I brought all the onion and garlic sprigs to my parents. So they're all popping new ones off. That all happened Saturday morning, and they're already throwing new onions off. We got there. And we got the babies as well. Little babies that are growing, and I got a bunch of them that are popping off of leaves here, so I'm gonna have to get those planted pretty soon. Maybe I'll actually have to put a mask on going to Menards and get another runner. And if we look over at the food, I've got a bell pepper plant that's probably not going to make it through the rest of the year. Whatever was in here is not growing at all. My carrots are popping up. My cucumbers didn't drain, so I actually, looks like I'm going to lose some of those. But they're starting to pop up. I'm probably going to have to go back and replant. I planted an onion that I cut up the other day, and it looks like it's actually trying to grow. And there's a bean plant up in with it. So that's actually trying to grow, and I don't know what's going to happen with it. If it's going to grow, if it's going to just die off again, but we'll see what happens there. My habaneros, let's get up there so we can have a look, are spitting off little peppers all over the place. Make it. This, whatever it was, this I'm pretty sure is a weed that needs to get pulled, and nothing. The garlic, sputting up new spread, new leaves, and I got another, oh, that's pretty sharp. I got another weed coming up out of the handle there, but yeah, that's growing. Got some beans over there. They're spitting off. That's the one that the t-shirt fell on and busted. I got a bunch of beans over here. I could almost harvest those. They're getting to that point. My romaine, I don't know what's going to happen with that, because it's not growing up like romaine, but it is growing leaves, romaine leaves. The parsley's kicking back up. That wilted over the weekend because it didn't get water for a couple days, but I threw some water in it today. It's kicking back up. I've got rosemary and sage, just like Paul Simon, and another pepper plant that didn't drain with some weeds in it. But my chivegrass is growing like crazy. My bunching onions, I'm gonna have to do something with those, because that can't be good for those growing that far close together. But they're growing. They're spitting onion seeds off. My chivegrass is growing like crazy. And I got some more beans up here too, so we'll get the beans. And that is my little garden here. We will see you at 5:30 for the Red Ned Show. Come on in and check us out here. I'm actually going to go finish up the visual aids on that, and we will be all set. So thanks everybody for coming in and checking in with my garden update, and let me know if you want to get a carnivorous plant, because I will have some getting ready to go here pretty soon. Thank you, and take care.